Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're counting down 10 Nintendo games that are still missing from the Nintendo Switch Online service. With the Switch 2 looming, we're hoping to see these titles released in the near future. We've omitted GameCube titles, as that deserves its own list. Before we get started, we post new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 Game Boy. A direct sequel to Super Mario Land 2, The 6 Golden Coins, the game that first introduced Wario, Wario Land finally puts the player in control of the crass anti-hero, Wario. Compared to the previous two Super Mario Land games, this entry gives Wario a more dynamic moveset, allowing him to dash and pick up enemies while performing the typical platforming you'd expect. This is also one of the earliest Nintendo games to offer multiple endings, and would feel right at home on the go with Nintendo Switch Online. Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, SNES. While Switch owners can just opt to play the incredible from the ground up remake from 2023, the old-timers like me love the nostalgia clunkiness of the original. If Super Mario 64 can be on Switch Online and part of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, then who's to say Mario RPG can't get the same treatment? The Square-developed RPG is the first in a long line of Mario role-playing games and is one of the best games on the system. It tells a whimsical tale of reclaiming the Mushroom Kingdom with the help of some unlikely allies, and is right at home on the service. I mean, who can't get enough of that banger soundtrack? Duck Hunt NES. This is most likely more of a logistical omission due to the game needing light gun support than anything else, but we'd love to experience Duck Hunt on modern-day Nintendo either way. The Switch Joy-Cons do have gyro aiming, so a game like this makes sense on the system, and it's another entry in Nintendo's iconic library of games that belongs on the service. With other titles getting online support and other modern quality of life improvements, we'd be shocked if this stayed away from the system for much longer. Diddy Kong Racing N64. Spoiler alert, this list will contain a lot of rare developed games. There are likely licensing issues contributing to Diddy Kong Racing and others on this list not being on Switch Online, but if both Banjo-Kazooie games can make it, then so can this. There is the DS remake, but bringing this to the Switch could open the game up to a whole new audience. This unorthodox racing adventure game on the N64 is another fan favorite that sees Diddy Kong, Conker, and other critters race and explore using various vehicles like hovercrafts, planes, and carts. There is a bit of a learning curve, but this is an essential N64 experience that Nintendo needs to show more love to. Conker's Bad Fur Day N64.
Yeah? That seems to work. Oh, looks like I need more. What could they be?
Conker's Bad Fur Day is vulgar and offensive even by today's standards, but that doesn't change that it has timeless charm. This rare developed 3D platformer has you play as Conker, a cute orange squirrel who's had a little too much to drink. You'll fight, gamble, and drink your way through the game and perform acts we just can't mention here.
Do you know this tea leaf?
Yeah, like I'd associate with a caveman.
And if you're worried that Nintendo would want to stray away from having mature content on Switch Online, I'd like to direct your attention to Killer Instinct and Turok, which are pretty gory in their own right. Chrono Trigger, SNES. We all know that Chrono Trigger is universally agreed upon by fans to be one of, if not the best JRPGs of all time, and the fact that it isn't available on modern Nintendo hardware should be a crime. The time-traveling epic was also unavailable on the SNES Classic that was released in 2017, so fans have been clamoring for a way to experience this in other ways. The story follows Chrono and his band of unlikely allies as they travel through time to defeat the world-ending Lavos, and has one of the greatest video game soundtracks in history. With the Nintendo Switch 2, hopefully the online service will once again expand its already vast library and include this must-play for RPG fans. Mother 3, Game Boy Advance. But disembodied MojoPlays voice, I hear you say. Mother 3 is in Japanese only and Nintendo doesn't like the fan translation. To that I say, normally that would be a valid argument. However, Nintendo finally localized Star Fox 2 in the West for the Super Nintendo Classic in 2017 and released it on Switch Online in 2019. So we're holding out hope here that anything is possible. The cult classic follow-up to Earthbound, Mother 3 is a turn-based JRPG that sees an eclectic cast of characters go on very emotional, cathartic journeys that players have related to for years. Donkey Kong 64, N64. Donkey Kong 64 may have its issues, from clunky controls and seemingly endless collectibles, but it absolutely belongs on Nintendo Switch Online. Another Rareware game, it introduces new playable characters like Lanky and Chunky Kong, as well as letting us play as fan favorites like DK and Diddy Kong. With Donkey Kong Bonanza set to release this summer, now is the perfect time to make this classic available to newer fans. Oh yeah, and the Donkey Kong rap. We need that too. Super Smash Bros. N64. This one still doesn't make sense to us. The original Super Smash Bros. On N64 is the perfect addition to Nintendo Switch Online. Add in some light online features and bam, you have a fantastic throwback experience for older fans. The polygons and graphics might not have aged well, but we can't deny the pure nostalgic joy from getting to replay this after over 20 years. And with GameCube games coming to Nintendo Switch Online with Switch 2, give us Super Smash Bros. Melee while you're at it, Nintendo. Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, Game Boy. Obviously, we would prefer to have the entirety of generations 1 through 3 on Switch Online, but that would take up the entire list. Instead, we're going with the games that started our Pokemania way back when, Red, Blue, and Yellow versions. The original Pokemon games are near and dear to many Nintendo fans' hearts, and being able to play these on the go was a huge draw on the Game Boy. If Nintendo brings these games to Switch Online in the Switch 2 era, it would make that yearly subscription fee more than worth it, especially if they add in online functionality for trading and battling. Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, as well as the remakes Fire Red and Leaf Green would be nice too. Come on, Nintendo. Did we miss any of your favorites? Let us know what games you hope Nintendo brings to Switch Online in the Switch 2 in the comments below.